What is going on, guys? It's the Gay Mayor Games Gamer. It's been so long. It's been maybe actually a year now. I'm the horror gamer, but today we're gonna be the Stanley Parable gamer and take a little break from all that crap because it's been too much for me lately. I did do, as the three of you know, Amnesia: The Bunker Part 1. It's sitting on my computer, and I'm never uploading that ever, and probably should delete that as we speak. It was a horrible gameplay. It is a genuinely scary game, but this will be even scarier. I don't know. I should say I know a little bit about Stanley Parable in terms of what it's about, and I remember watching a playthrough like when I was in 8th grade, but I really remember absolutely nothing. So this is pretty much fresh for me. So we'll be experiencing everything new together. As KZA says, nothing more better. So we're gonna hop right in. Welcome to Stanley's Terrible Parable.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what
Stanley looks hot.
how long to push them.
If I could only look like Stanley.
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley
This is what it looks like when I
put
put in job applications online.
as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley
Just one finger in it.
was happy.
Single finger, solo finger, doctor finger.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped
Guys,
into
it's
the
me!
office.
Oh. He said I go off in my. No, I'm not gonna. 1 second. I'm gonna change the subtitles size because that's pretty big. Should be better, right? Apply. Let's just save it. Cool. 427. Reporting for duty. Moody. John Moody. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Whoa.
What could it mean?
This is a horror game freak.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
No, I'm looking around. I like work. I just hate my boss. Amen, dude. Wow. This is a pretty nice office. I wouldn't mind working here. Are they hiring? I could use the paycheck. I wouldn't mind if I got trapped into an eternal slavery here and had to escape the narrator. That's fine. I wouldn't.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, no way I did.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I do like the purple lounge. Oh, the blue lounge.
A room worth admiring. It had really been
truly.
worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Drinking. Can I buy something? That'd be pretty neat. Let me make sure something real quick.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though
Yeah.
all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
They aren't. It's pretty chill, and like I could relax in here. If I wasn't in like a fit of
At
rage,
this
I'd come in
point,
here to sit
Stanley's
down for a couple
obsession with
minutes.
this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Dude, you're not probably wrong. Oh, I'm kind of want to test the boundaries here.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Is it? I don't know about that one, Chief. We'll find out. Must be really nice to be able to float everywhere.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the
Yeah.
first open door on his left
About it.
to get back
That's
to
about all I
business.
got for me.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I was fired a year ago, to be almost exact. But I digress. This is nice. This is like the basement in the office, only way, way, way bigger. I wish I could jump. That'd be cool. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. That's it. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000. That's nothing. I lost twice as much.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Yeah,
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize
No, I
that
didn't say
investing
that. I
your
just
trust
like
in someone
exploring.
else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
You blackmailing me, dog? I don't
This
like
is
that
it,
crap.
Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Fine, dude. Where is she? I've been waiting on her too. Do I go through here? Where is she, dude? Where's the woman? Where's the woman, dude? Oh, wait.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
How do I do that? I'm trying to. I don't actually know how to do this. Oh, you can actually crouch? I want to. How do I do this? I actually... What do I do? I don't even know how to do that. Black baddie? Nah, it's too white for that. Bahama Mama?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold
Yeah.
on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling
That's
the fry
fine.
out of the oven.
Oh, is this mom?
Alright.
Dude, that'd be horrible.
Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to
Dude,
come
that'd
in
be
and tell
horrible,
me
bro.
all about
Oh, hey, you're not Black
Gotcha.
baddie.
Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their
thought I
life to
was
you?
pursuing one.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside.
dude.
Let me show you what's really going on here.
I really don't like you now for that.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What? No. I only disobeyed twice because I was curious, dude. You're already gonna be a freaking meanie guy to me, dude. I don't need to press it. I could make do with this. I don't want to, dude. Don't restart my stuff, man.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes
What
is
demands
a
me to
reminder of
press
the
A.
inconsequential nature of his existence.
No, it's not. Shut up.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Well, when I try to choose otherwise, you you ostracize me, jerkwad. I'm not gonna do that. Screw yourself. I'm gonna freaking press every other button but that. Now, Stanley, I need you to listen to me now. We gotta get out of here, Stanley. To Tahiti. Now I'm gonna meet you with Arthur. Stanley Hanley. I don't want to freaking press the button, dude. The button. I'm not doing it. It's not happening. I'm just gonna... You're a mean
But in his
dude.
mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Okay.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that
Did I
one
break
day
my
while
TV
at work,
already?
he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Sorry, girl.
So
I'm
he
gonna
went
go to the boy.
further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world,
buddy.
he began to fill it with many
What is
possible
happening?
paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
What is going on? I'm actually lost now. What is
It
going
was
on?
such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
That's too hard to do. I can't do that. Alright, babe. Fine.
But there is no answer.
Whoa!
How could
Whoa!
there possibly be?
Whoa!
In reality,
Dude.
all he's doing
Whoa!
is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed.
He's just
The longer he
respawning the
spends
office
here,
for
the
me.
more invested he gets. The more he
Wow,
forgets
this guy's
which
mean,
life
dude.
is the real one.
No, I didn't really forget that.
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world, he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains
be a
here,
mad
he's slowly killing himself.
worker.
But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch
can
this.
observe the torque.
Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not
Only if it's a guy,
do
though.
it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I
Nope.
tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
By not being a total jerkbag? I'm gonna hide under my desk.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. maybe this time.
Well, maybe.
And
We
I
just
tried
find us.
again, and Stanley pushed a button.
Please die.
Again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
I'd like to. Oh, bye. Bye, Stanley. All right. Now we're going to be respawning as Ranley. Wow. What a...
All of his co-workers were gone. What
It could mean I'm tired of this.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, I think I did, because I'm going to have to... This is going to be turning from a 3-hour game to a 10-hour, because I'm going to keep disobeying
When
you.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley
No, I
knew
know.
it perfectly
I'd
well.
never learned, dude.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire
that's
it.
what I wanted to do.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Fine.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
What does this do? Dude, I think I was raised by the Greens because I'm just a rebellious wild child. What's this? Can I go back to the office? Oh, I can't. Hey,
Yet there was not a
office.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Oh, okay, well,
Stanley
see you
decided
later,
to
guys. I
go up
won't
to
be
his
talking
boss's
now.
office, hoping he might find an
Oh,
answer
hey, I
there.
wasn't finished. Let it ball. Inside of you, take it out. Passive aggressively, other co-workers resent co-workers for not supporting you more. Oh, make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on on all the text. This will ensure a calm and productive work environment. Using slides to everyone is unique. You most of all. Black guy over there and black girl, and then guy and that's me on a Sunday. Number of slides on this slide, slides, charts and slides. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty clever. What's over here? What do people want? Things. And not right. That's the truth. Money? Nah. More money? Yeah. Things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs and graphs about things and money. We have our men on product. We have our new product. Violent James, you are fired. Well, I'm gonna call James after that. Violent James is now fired, dude. Stock market is Violent James is somewhere here. You are fired. What is hot? Profits. Funny. Oh, that's pretty good though. What's this one? Cool. I'm kind of getting bored of that already. It's pretty fun. Oh, I'm stuck. What's this? Meeting room. Floor 4 time. Meeting schedule. Mon 2 wed Thursday. Weekly targets admin marketing Monday money fishy days. Group 40 time. Group 41 times. Do not alter without consulting while white guy manager. Whoa. Did that change? The triplicate and return to your boss appreciation specialist. Yourself is spelled wrong. I don't know. Why did money? I need money and you need workers. Probably that one. Mitosis on a boat. Yeah, that's bearable, I think. Broom closet. Can I get in the broom closet? Nope.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Say anything? Hi, I can't read. I can almost read it. Hi, Lori. I wrote this and find. Hold on. I'm gonna get it. I wrote this. In something period and left. It is your locker on the way to. The freak, dude. The freak does that. Your way to session? To. Dude, it's what all the cool kids are. Dude, I can't. I'm done. I don't even want to do that. What's down here?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
Yeah, I
He might
can't
be
see
fired
Jeremy,
for
dude.
that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself,
Wait, what?
maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers
You
blinking
stinky.
mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example,
Dude, it's
why
just-
couldn't he
it's
see
rotating.
his feet when he looked down?
Yeah, I thought
Why
about
did
that
doors
earlier.
close automatically behind him wherever he went?
I just assumed that
And
was
for
gonna
that
be it.
matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply
Yeah, I already
repeating?
noticed that about
No,
5
Stanley said to
hours
himself,
ago.
this is all too strange. This can't be real.
This
And at
can't be the
last,
Stanley
He came
Parable.
to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm
Stanley Parable.
dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
This is
And he
pretty
thought
well
to
put together.
himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life
They're gonna
job
put me in the
pushing
office again.
buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
This is
So,
worse than Saw,
he
dude.
imagined
This is
himself
unbearable.
flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical
is almost as bad as
starfield,
Original
and
Sin.
it too appeared. It was so
Oh,
much
whoa!
fun,
Whoa!
and Stanley
Outlast
marveled
2.
that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps
Not
the
nearly as bad as
strangest
Original Sin,
question
to
of
be
them
clear.
all
That was a
entered
freaking
Stanley's
joke,
head.
okay?
One he was amazed he hadn't
I was
asked
kidding.
himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he
Dude.
thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this
is-
voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as
$1.25.
awake right now
Wow.
as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
You didn't notice that
After
too?
all,
1, 2,
He knew
B4.
for certain,
Why?
beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
No.
He felt the cool weight of
Wake
the
up the
blanket
chef
on his
boiler.
skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up,
Man,
he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my
I already
job.
know I don't have that.
All
You
I
already
want
tricked
is
me on
my
that one,
life
meanie head.
exactly the way it's always been.
Oh.
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Right. Right.
I am okay.
Thank you. I'm crying, not laughing. It's.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone
Whoa!
wake me up. My name is
Whoa,
Stanley.
Chris Walker!
I have a boss. I have an office. I am real.
my
Please,
eyeballs!
just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
It's actually red. Oh my gosh, it's black like he said it would be. Like Chicago.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Bat, dude. Freaking bat.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her
Dude,
walk
what?
was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon
Nice.
turn to go call for an ambulance, for just
Sounds like me on a
few
regular
brief
Tuesday.
moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
This is really happy
She
music
had
for a
no
guy dead on
time
the
for
sidewalk.
this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
You just gotta start me over, isn't it? I get it. I get what you're doing to me, game. I know what you want. Not really, probably, but yeah. Freak.
All of his
bull crap.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Freaking prodigal son over here coming back time and time
When
again.
Stanley came to a set of
Yeah,
two open
yeah,
doors,
I'm not gonna
he
waste my
entered
time
the
this
door
time,
on
I
his
get it.
left.
Yeah, I do. I did it. I done freaking did it.
Yet there was
Yeah.
not a single person here either.
No, wow.
Feeling
wow.
a wave
I
of
can't believe it.
disbelief, Stanley
Go on.
decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley
we
walked
don't wanna go down
upstairs to
again.
his boss's office.
Daddy. Poppy? Mr. Boss Man. Hey, Mr. Boss.
Stepping into his
Wait,
manager's
wait.
office,
Aw,
Stanley
that's
was
cool.
once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered
Stop
in
talking,
disbelief
I'm trying
who
to think of
orchestrated
jokes.
this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
2845.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845. 2845. I got it. It's in my head. 2845. Certificate of Promptomptious. I'm pretty sure that's what that says. 2845. Yeah, whatever. The
Stanley
unabridged work.
just sat around
Stop
twiddling
it!
his thumbs. Trying
I'm
to
reading
input
books,
anything
dude.
on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
I already know, dude. I'm looking at the piano. I can play Time by Hans Zimmer. I wanna stop.
2845.
Yeah. Shut it. There's a globe down there. I could look up countries, all kinds of countries. There's a picture of a guy. Those look normal.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And
Yeah,
Stanley
but
got
you-
the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, freaking mad guy blaspheming over here, stupid idiot. Shut your mouth. Wait, what do I do? Hello? 2845. What? I can't see. I can't see it, bro. Oh, I don't think I'm supposed to. This is scary. just happened?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
Oh, my
It was a
stomach
stirring
hurts.
of emotion in his chest, as though he
IBS.
felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
No. Stop it. Trying to spark and zap me. I don't like that.
Stanley walked
Whoa!
straight ahead through the large door that read
Mind
Control Facility.
No, I didn't.
Although this passageway had the word Escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I believe you. No, I don't. Yeah, I do. Just kidding. No, I'm not.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Screw you.
Nope, still on board with death.
This is pretty good. I want to. Yeah, I'm still on board with it. If light is on, call extension 914. No. It was like almost as bad as the quarry where I got Emma killed and it was very
The door
clear.
behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
When it was very clear that Emma said, "What do I do? Do I
At
choose
this point,
a
Stanley was
brutal
making
death,
a
or do I
conscious,
choose the bag?"
concerted
And I
effort to
chose the
walk
brutal
forward
brutal
and
death.
willingly confront his death.
Tricks on you. Okay, bye. Cool. That was pretty fun, huh? Pretty good stuff.
As the machine
Whoa,
whirred
whoa.
into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his
Oh, hey,
demise,
hello,
he
freak.
reflected that his life had been of no consequence
Dude,
whatsoever.
dang game, bro.
Stanley
What the
can't see
heck?
the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this
Wow.
world is. Perhaps his death was of no
Dang,
great
dude,
loss,
brutal.
like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
It's like when I'm at the car wash and those fans come on. Ooh, except they crush me to death.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Bet. Better than jujitsu. Whoa, you freed me. I can't see actually anything right now. Like legitimately, I can't see a dang thing. Hold on. Where is there any brightness display? No?
And yet it
can't-
would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you
No, I
see
don't-
that
I don't.
Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
No, I don't really think I understand anything you're saying right now. Well, that's nice. It's like a museum of my... No. I do remember this. Except they don't... Wait. Oh, there's the right and left door. Oh, you hear that one, guys? I just dooted myself. Alright, the pacing of this open section was important to get right. The corridor had been moved in order to make sure the player reached 2 doors in a good time. The blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path of Stanley's office to the 2 doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development to the core layout, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Huh. This is legit, dude. The set of the 2 doors was the very first concrete piece of Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it. An exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Okay. Cool. I like those. Nice, nice. Is this the end? Like, actually? Is this one of the ends? Huh. Fascinating. Nice. What? Oh, I thought the game was doing something to me. My controller disconnected for a second. The game's starting to reach out in real life, dude. Dude, this is like my experience at the Met in New York. Whoa, I was never here. Oh, you show me the entire game, bro? Did I find the... I don't want to have found the ending already, I hope. In December 2018, we announced the Ultra Deluxe version. These are screenshots of the videos we made for the announcement of the game and delay. I don't actually want to be done. I'm not going to read anything about that, because I really hope I'm not done. Huh. Different variations of the office or something? Okay. Am I actually done, dude? Nice, dude.
Stanley stood on the snow. Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room? Perfect example of poor level design, textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you'd pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design. But of course, you being you, you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you.
That was pretty easy, thank you.
Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room? Perfect example of poor level design. Then textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you...
Okay.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another.
Well,
How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
No.
No, perhaps not.
No, I can't.
Sometimes
Yeah, I can.
these things cannot be seen.
No, I can see him. Definitely
But
can.
listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your Xbox. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Oh. Well, the Showtime chose it for me. I didn't turn off my Xbox, so I'm freaking streaming. I can't do that. I can't do it. Cool. Well. No way. Come on, bro. Okay, I'm not
All
doing
of his
that stuff again.
co-workers were gone.
I'll listen
What
to
could it
you.
mean?
I get
Stanley
it. I get
decided
it,
to
brother.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
Yes.
simply missed a memo.
Yes. Yes, 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 I did. I did indeed.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Real quick, I'm gonna pause it here. I'm gonna pause stream here and start the next stream immediately, but I'm gonna make them into 2 or 3 separate parts. So the Stanley Parable is, I mean, depending on what you do, and I've done everything that's not what he wants me to do. So I'm kind of probably extending it longer, which is fine by me. But this game can be an hour and a half, up to like 3 hours. So accounting for that, maybe try to get 3 videos out of this, if not 2. I doubt any more than 3. So we're gonna pause it here since we're at. Well, on my stream count, it's at 45, so the video itself will probably be 40 or so, maybe a little bit less than 40. So, thank you guys for tuning in to Stanley's Bearable Terrible Parable. It's been a blast. I'm feeling good about part 2. I'm not feeling good in real life. My stomach hurts terribly. That's okay, because we have a game to distract us. I don't know what to say. So, I'll see you guys in the second part.